What's going on there? Thanks for coming out to the show there.
Hey, thanks for coming out to the show there, bud.
Wait,
You think Jeff Bezos gets a lot of pussy?
Yeah, probably. But those guys are genuinely
You think
busy.
you think he orders it on Amazon?
Delivered by drone.
Yeah.
Maybe
you could get him to deliver your jokes better on stage.
That's a good one.
Thank you for tuning in. The broadcast will begin shortly. This is the Raw Comedy Podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Raw Comedy Podcast. My name is Chris Raufeisen, and joining me today are two of Bangkok's leading gentlemen of the comedy scene here today. I have with me Justin St-Denis, co-founder of Raw Comedy.
What's up? I thought you were going to keep talking.
And, of course, joke writing machine, Ric Diez
Thank you, dude.
from Spain.
Yeah, not from
What's up?
Barcelona.
Not from Barcelona. Yeah, he's from Barcelona.
He's from that city I know in Spain.
Yeah,
that's the one.
But the thing is, he's from the other one.
Yeah, he's not from Madrid.
It's either from Barcelona or the other one. Madrid.
Madrid.
Dude, I wonder, in the ancient days, right? Because nowadays, everyone's an attention whore,
Yeah.
right? But how did that start? Because getting attention wasn't that's not a human. That's not necessarily. It's
absolutely
a human thing,
Yeah,
but
100%.
but it was not necessarily an achievable thing until 20 years ago.
Well,
The
yeah,
moment-
you get a smaller version of it, though. You could be, whatever.
Like when Caesar crossed the Rubicon, where the senators and the forum oh, that's a fucking attention whore. He just wants
exactly.
He just wants attention.
You just had to do a lot more shit, and then you got the attention.
Right, but that's the thing. You had to do more shit to
To
earn the attention.
To go viral back in the day, you had to seriously conquer.
Right.
Well,
limits.
if
So you had to
actually-
earn it back in the day.
Yeah, no, but if
As
you look
opposed
at
to
time,
today.
actually, the learning curve to get attention, the amount of skills you need to get attention have been lowered progressively.
Yeah.
Men have found a way to I need attention. How do I make this more accessible? How can I do this? And I think that's how.
That's how humanity has moved forward.
Yes.
It's just
Because
trying to
in
get
Roman
attention.
times, extra hard.
Yeah, you'd have to be a
17th
gladiator.
century,
Yeah, right.
not as
Right,
hard.
you had to be
Once the printing press was
17th
invented, hey, I can
Yeah.
write books and shit and just
What is
sell them.
How would you get so in the 1700s you could write a book.
So
What else?
Gutenberg was just a
Yeah,
huge
then you could
attention
be on
whore.
TV and stuff, or radio
Yeah.
and TV. Also, traveling would allow you to meet more people and be
Get more attention. Hey, don't forget, I'm here.
Yeah.
Check me out.
I wonder, what's funny? I always
Silk Road.
think about who's the most famous, not famous person in history. You know what I mean? The guy that
some dude we've never heard of.
but the guy that is the most well-known dude from back in the day, but we just don't know about him at all because he's lost to the annals.
we don't know him at
to
all,
the
then we
annals.
don't
Is
know
it
him.
annals or annals?
The annals of
The
history.
annals of history.
Up
He's
the
lost
butthole
in
of
the
history.
ass full of history.
Dude, no, for sure there's somebody that fits that bill because the records were lost. Or he was from a place where they didn't write shit down.
Yeah, right.
So he was
Yeah,
mad
right,
famous,
those
but
places.
just by word of mouth. He was the Ludacris of the Aztec.
There's a legend back in the day. There was a guy that could rap in a tribe. It's like an ancient.
It's the ancient Busta Rhymes.
Ancient Busta Rhymes, dude. Yeah, how sick, dude. Ancient, dude. You know and here's the thing. There
It
has
sounds exactly like Sean Paul.
to be an ancient Busta Rhymes. There is no way there's
Yeah,
no way an
but he
ancient
didn't-
version
he
of
didn't-
Busta Rhymes.
He didn't
exist.
rap in English or anything.
No,
but-
of course not. But he rapped to fucking, and he was
bongo
he was
music.
the fastest. Yeah, he was the
And he
fastest.
was just the fastest
Who
dude.
do? You see me in the beast, and you see me in the west,
Yo,
you see me in the
I'll be-
south, you see me in the west.
I'll-
Who the?
I'll be hunting them news. How about you? I can't even do it quickly.
Yeah.
Got an antelope.
Busta Rhymes.
Jokes.
Back then.
None of these are words.
Bust.
It's fucking Raw Comedy is back. We had our first show
Yeah,
on
Raw
2021 last Wednesday.
Oh man, that
That
was
felt amazing.
yeah, it was fun,
Yeah.
man. I had a great time. It was so nice to just
Just be back on stage.
yeah, man, because yeah, right, because you go back and you feel the warmth of that light. You feel the warmth of the light. The light hits you in the eyes. You can't see everything.
Yeah, and then you maybe get a laugh.
And then you hear yourself on the mic, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, it's a good
I forgot
feeling.
that this is what my whole life revolved around
Right.
before COVID." And it was like seeing an old friend, kind of. And it's You know, it was a good time. It wasn't like, you know how when you meet up with an old friend, it's not like an amazing time like you used to have, but it's still a good time.
Right.
And that's what it felt like. I want to just write, I mean, like, you guys have, well, how many jokes have you written in the past month?
I mean, Rick, I'm sure the answer is like 7,000 or some shit like this, but
Yeah.
I don't like.
Just write a ton
I
of
have
jokes.
chunks and bits. And it's like,
Yeah,
I
like
can't
premises
really,
that are half-assed,
Yeah.
half-baked.
See, I can't write jokes without actually, like, sure, I can come up with ideas, but I
Yeah.
can't actually like form a joke and complete it without
Trying it
performing
first.
it. I
Yeah,
need
man.
to.
You
No,
can
but
only
even
do-
it's the same for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you
Yeah.
still write a joke and it's completed.
Right. But like,
Yeah, but it might suck. Like I still need to say it to see if
Sure,
it really
sure.
sucks, and then
Yeah.
maybe work on it.
but with a bit that's like longer and drawn out, it's almost like you can only go so far without
Trying it out.
without the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You
need
can only
to
go so
get
far with it.
feel them, see if they're interested.
Because once you do the audience, like, you know, things come to your head, things click, and so you know, it's like when you're working on something and you can't think of shit, and then you go do something completely different, and then
And then it just clicks. Yeah.
and that's what happens.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of jokes I wrote this week that were jokes that I had in the. Like I wrote a lot of jokes about my father, like a bunch of them.
Nice.
Just about a bunch of jokes about him, just ignoring the shit out of me, and just neglecting me, just straight up neglecting me.
Okay.
That sounds pretty funny.
Your father. So you say.
Yeah, but that's a challenge, right? It's like I feel like to me now.
Was it neglect? Did you try? You know, proving yourself to earn his affection?
Yeah, seriously.
Did you even try that?
Yeah, like did you try to play football or do
Right. Did
something?
you try? Yeah. Did you try to?
Did you go like, hey dad,
Did you
let's
try to
go play
win his?
catch?
Did you ever try to win his respect by doing anything? That's so funny.
No, well, the thing was that well, he moved away. He moved to the States, and then he just wasn't around.
Mm.
And then I got a birthday card every so
He's
often.
like America
And a
or
phone call.
Rick? He's like America or Rick, dude.
Yeah,
Are you
I
a-
can go to LA right now, or
Raise my son.
raise my son. No, I don't know. Yeah. I know it's more complicated than that in reality,
Yeah.
but anyway.
Right.
Boys will be boys. Whatever. You know.
But I find the challenge of I really find that interesting to say. Can I find sad shit and make it funny? And also now I have
Yeah, of course.
the hindsight to look at that and maybe be able to verbalize those issues differently
Right.
than when I was a kid and I was just like not really
So
understanding what was going on.
Rick just uses comedy as like therapy.
Yeah.
No, but that's 100%.
I mean, we kinda all
Because like,
do.
Yeah.
think about when you were a kid. Like, how aware were you when you were like? I wasn't even aware till I was like, I didn't even know I was a human being till I was like fucking like,
14.
Till I was like 14. I was like, oh my god, I have like a
You
life.
smoked weed for the first time.
I'm
You're
like,
like,
I'm
holy
like a
shit,
person.
I'm
I have the fucking whole life. I have.
When I was 14, I was
I was
so
like,
convinced I was a fucking genius, right? And now I'm looking back and I was like, how didn't I realize that this is what was going on?
Yeah.
And this is what my parents were doing, and this is
Right.
what the fuck was, and how did I not notice any of that?
Right.
It's like like I was totally clueless, you know. Just
Right. Well, because you're just you're a kid. You're completely self-centered.
Yeah.
yeah, but you have that thing of being a teenager, where like, no, I fucking get the world.
It's like
I'm
7.
Oh, yeah, I
my
understand
brain
that.
is developed now. I'm
Yeah.
just like, no, not at all. Like, no.
For me, it was like I think as soon as I met other kids and I had to be an individual, I could be my own person. Like as soon as I was my own person in front of other people, basically that's when I found out I was a person too. Basically, when I was like 7, and now because I just remember thinking back to like when I was like in first grade and like I'm in front of these like all these people who are all these people, and I'm like who is this person, and I'm like what's his family and what's his back, how the fuck did they get here, where did they come from, like how do they're from Poland, like they immigrated, how did they get to America?
Or you were thinking on
Yeah,
that
just
level. You're
thinking
not just like,
yeah, dude.
why are there all these kids over here? And then you can't go like, well, because it's a
Because
school.
I would like look at their last names, dude, and for some reason I was like really, when I was like a little kid, when I was like 6 or 7, 8, I was super prejudiced against like people with like Polish last names. If they had like a C or a Z in the last name, I'd be like, oh.
Meanwhile,
I immediately was grossed out by that for some
But
reason.
when was
For
that?
some weird,
Was that the
unexplainable. The 80s, no, that was like 96.
Because
Seven.
the first time I went to the US was early 90s, so maybe 91, 92-ish.
he wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah, I was
matter.
like 1 or 2.
Doesn't matter. And then
You
I
were
was,
born in '90. Right?
and then I was like, and then I got introduced to all this because my dad's wife is of Polish origin,
Ah, right.
and she introduced me to this whole world of how Americans were making fun of Polish people.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of Polish jokes, and so this whole so and it was really popular at that time. It's just like thousands of Polish jokes, books about Polish jokes. It was in the media, so probably all of that you didn't notice, but it was influencing you.
Maybe see, I thought that, but here's the thing: it was like it's
No,
not
it's
just Polish
the-
though. It
it's
was
the
like
Polish
it was
people.
entirely Eastern European.
Yeah,
Or were you being rejected by Eastern European
Dude, remember
girl?
when I was 6 or 7 years old, my dad made chicken Kiev from like a microwave, like
And you thought it was gross.
And I'm like, and he's like, it's chicken Kiev, and I knew Kiev was the capital of Ukraine at that age.
Yeah.
I knew that, and I'm like, that's gross. And I'm like, I made a conscious decision that I'm like, that's
Well,
gross.
maybe
I'm
it's
never
all
eating
because
it.
of your dad's microwave.
It's
Kia.
so weird, dude, and I can't explain it. And like anything from here's the thing. So anyone from it's like I had like a gross fascination. It was like I was fascinated by them, but also grossed out.
You're like, oh, they all have pink
But
skin
it was
and they
so
smell
like
like
it was like gypsies. It was
they
like
smell like
whoa.
kielbasa or whatever.
It was so yeah. It was like the way someone like a way. It was like the same way someone would someone in like
the same way they were looking at you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, ugh. Do you like movies
So weird.
from like 16th, 17th century with all the like big robes?
Well, they
and
weren't
the hair
making
and
they
stuff?
weren't making movies back then.
No, but like, dude,
Like,
because every
like
time I see
these-
like a TV show or a movie from that period, I'm like, ugh.
Dude, I love medieval shit. Though.
I mean,
like
medieval, yeah.
before that,
No, I'm talking
yeah, like
after,
Victorian.
after.
stuff,
Yeah, so,
Victorian shit. I mean, I can't think of a single. I like the Patriot. That was like the best one actually, and that's about it. Everything else was too. It's too like.
That's like, there's like
Like
courtesans
the
in the
the-
court. I'm like,
Like dude, when they dress like with like high stockings and buckled shoes.
yeah, I
and
can't
those
take
white
it.
wigs.
I hate it.
Dude, that's like the gayest era in history.
Dude, why do they dress like that though?
But to me, that's not even the.
Because they thought it was steez. Like that was
That
that was like the baller shit.
Yeah, here's
They'll
the
bro,
baller.
fresh wig.
But
I
dude,
mean,
look at
it's
this guy.
just-
that's what happens
Stockings.
when you let white people just be like, all right,
Yeah.
you decide what's cool.
See-
They're like, you know what,
see, there you
fucking
go.
white wigs.
That's why multiculturalism is necessary. You need black people to tell white people like, you guys gotta stop dressing like that. That's fucking
It's so
ridiculous.
gay.
Yeah,
Just like everyone dresses like a old
dude, like
woman.
Louis the. Like, okay, well, actually, we went back pretty far where people just dress like complete fucking.
No, it was like no, it started like in the 1500s and shit.
Yeah, yeah, it started way back where
1600s.
royalty would.
Yeah, 1500s.
Like Louis the 16th. What was the one that
But
got
like,
beheaded?
dude, but it was that was
16th.
the 16th, Louis the 16th.
I don't know. I'm pointing at you like you're French.
Yeah, Louis the
I
16th.
studied French history.
And-
Dude, he
Very
had
important.
like the worst one where like the fucking just this horrible wig, and he's all like with his cane.
Yeah, he's like
And dude,
unreal.
oh dude, and he's like flexing his calf muscle and shit, and he's
Yeah,
got a
I see
little
that.
buckled shoe.
That's so gay.
What a poofter! Jesus
What a little
Christ.
pussy, dude.
Dude, and he's French, so like France is like the gayest of the countries in Europe.
Unless Austria-Hungary, that's a pretty gay country.
But
too.
but the music from that era is pretty dope though. Like because that's like Mozart.
I guess.
We're jumping around
I'm at-
several centuries here,
But
but
no, think about this. Think about hearing like a Mozart song once and be like, oh, that shit.
no, that's just slaps.
And then you're like, ooh, that shit slaps. And then you have to
Yeah.
just play it in your head for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it sucks. You can't
You'll never hear it
No,
again.
you can't Shazam it or anything.
Yeah, you can't just
Shazam it.
You'll be like, oh, what is that song? It's dope.
Dude, Mozart, have you ever seen Amadeus? Remember the part
Yeah.
where he's playing the piano, then he gets up and farts?
Yeah,
Like, what a trash.
Apparently,
trashy ass.
Apparently, Mozart was like that though. He was like
That's
a weird
hilarious.
pervert.
Yeah.
Like he would go under the dinner table. He was like super immature and just
Yeah.
weird socially,
You
but he
mean
was
that-
a
of
course
musical
he was,
genius.
of course.
And he would go like look up women's skirts and fucking, just do weird shit.
That's so funny. What a
Yeah.
great guy.
Yeah.
What an amazing, what a strange novel idea of a famous artist being a weirdo pervert.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's funny?
But he wasn't like slick about it or anything.
They named a country. There was an empire, Austria-Hungary,
Yeah.
and it's like yeah, you guys know. No, Austria-Hungary.
Austro-Hungary.
Sure.
Well, I was gonna say Austria-Hungary. I'm like, all right, well, Austria, what are you gonna eat?
Yeah,
If you're so hungry,
yeah,
what do you
yeah.
want to eat if you're so hungry? Austria.
I'll eat a.
Go ahead and eat something, Austria.
Do a while ago,
Austria,
we had-
Austria has great food.
we had this giant Facebook thread of just like country puns for eating. Like, oh, I'm hungry. Well, why don't you eat a Canada
Stop.
beans?
There, stop. All right, stop. Yeah, you could do that, dude. You could go on for every country.
You're making me more hungry. It's really.
Oh, I ran out of jokes.
Yeah,
I ran out
yeah.
of food jokes. Are you hungry? Have you looked into the refrigerator?
Yeah.
You know.
Get it, India.
I hate.
Yeah,
life.
yeah. I hate myself.
But
for
on
bringing
that, you know what's crazy about Austria-Hungary though? They have I don't know. Are we still on this?
No,
Austria
don't finish your thought.
Austria
Can we
hungry.
stop saying Austria?
Austria hungry.
It's
hungry.
Austria.
Yo, it's Austro-Hungarian.
Austro-Hungarian, right? And but here's the crazy thing: it was the Austro-Hungarians. It was like they were like German. They spoke German.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Austrians are essentially German people. But then the second-class citizens were all like Slavs. They were all just like the second-class
Okay.
citizens of this empire, basically.
Which
is like insane to me, dude.
That's
for the longest
that's
time.
like every empire ever.
Right, but it's insane. But this like 100 years ago, this shit ended. You know what I mean? Not 100, like 100.
There's second-class citizens all over the world right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's crazy to you?
But
about the
it's
fact
crazy
that
because they're
it's
it's crazy because they're
Yeah,
white.
'cause they're white.
Because they're white. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of second-class citizen white people right now.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, but they're just
Most of them are in the U.S.
But right, but their second class is defined by their
class, not by their
by
race.
their income,
or not by their whatever.
Yeah, it's not defined by their religion or
Yeah.
Not true.
but it's the same. Well, yeah, true.
Well, like I'm sure in Austria right now, Slavs are kind of second-class citizens.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know shit about Austria.
Slavs.
Yo, the word slave comes from Slav
that's
because
yeah,
they
that's
used to
true.
be slaves. Like, because back in the Roman days, they were like the prime slaves.
Well, it comes from where's it come from?
Yeah, they
Let's
were
go
the
with that.
prime slaves until they found black people and they were like,
Yeah,
those are much better.
Slav.
Right.
Those are much stronger.
Well, like,
Qualified,
yeah.
artists, artistic, seductive.
Right. Just fast and strong.
Just better,
Like, dude,
just
it's
better
like-
people.
They don't
like-
get sunburned.
like-
They're just better.
Like, dude,
humans.
Tesla was a fucking Nikola Tesla was a Slav, actually. You know, like he's like the smartest dude. All these, I think that's the only one I can think of.
No, I thought he was. I assumed he
Was
was.
it Moldovan? Was it from Moldova?
He's from Serbia.
Wasn't he from? Why did I?
No,
He was from
Moldova. No one's from Moldova.
Yo, I can't name a single Moldovan.
A Moldova.
Put on your iPad, dude. What's your iPad?
No googling. That's the rule. You gotta be straight ignorant.
Straight ignorant.
Don't be ignorant. Who's
Do
the
we
most-
only use our
I like
phones
that.
to record our ignorance?
Moldova?
But I like that. Dude. That's how it was. That's what you guys don't know. But that's how it was when I used to go to bars in the 90s.
You were
And
talking
then
about this shit.
We'd go to a bar, and then whoever had read a book or something, everybody was just like imposing his truth for 45
Right,
fucking
and
minutes.
whoever's the most
and
No one
we're
can
just
stop
like,
him.
I guess it's true.
That's fucking.
If he's saying it, it must be true.
He sounds confident.
Yeah.
When I worked as a tree planter, we didn't get any reception in our
Nice.
camps most of the time. So we actually had a Google jar. Because people would get into these fucking arguments
That's excellent.
about the dumbest shit. Like, I don't know, like
Yeah,
an example, like okay, what's the capital of Moldova? Or what, that wouldn't come up. That's way too intelligent.
Just now.
But whatever. Okay, what country was Tesla from? Well, I thought he was Jewish. No, dude, he's fucking
Yeah,
Hungarian.
right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was one person's job to go Google all the shit when we went
Were
to
you
town.
betting money?
Huh?
Were you betting money?
No. It was just like you would just find out.
That'd be much better.
Tesla.
Yeah.
I would bet that Tesla was Jewish. I would put money on that.
Yeah, that's
I
what
would-
I thought.
I would make that-
And then I was
I would
like, wait a
put
minute,
that.
Tesla doesn't sound very Jewish. Speaking of,
Smart.
Tesla is such a cool name, though.
It is.
That's a name.
Right? Dude, any name that ends in a fucking vowel is like, what a great last name. You know? I have a last name that Raufeisen.
Your last name sucks pretty hard.
It's a German name.
But like my last name sucks. I mean, whatever. I find it kind of cool that I'm French, or
Right.
at least French Canadian.
Your
But
name's fine.
Saint-Denis, no, it's stupid. It's like there's an abbreviation in my name,
Yeah.
so it fucks with people that don't know about abbreviations.
Sure.
So they'll be like "St-Denis" with the first three letters. The
The
first three letters are STD. It's not that good. And then Denis, it's a weird, like if it was like Saint Louis or something like that, it sounds cooler. Like Denis is like, oh, Crab Denis,
Yeah.
you know?
What is
So
that?
you're really making it easy for us.
And-
All of those things I haven't thought
And
of.
then the D, my dad, this happened once. I was at a hockey tournament,
Yeah.
and my dad was paying the hotel bill, and I guess when he signed up, like it was by handwriting, like it wasn't on a computer or anything, and I guess he elongated the D a bit too far on the D on Saint Denis, right? And we got the bill, and it came back and it said Saint Penis.
Nice.
Because he made a D of it.
But I have to
See, it does look like a penis.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what do you know? Your last name has fucking 4 of the 5 words that say penis.
Dude, it's almost penis.
Your name is almost.
And all you gotta do is make that D a little bit longer.
And you have Saint Penis.
You do.
You have Street Penis. Your name is Dustin.
Dude, fucking
Justin Street Penis. Bro, ST Penis, dude.
Do this one chick.
Street Penis.
Street penis. Yo, I got that street penis.
Dude, that's a great name.
Yeah. Because I'm a street
See,
penis.
like,
What a unique
Go ahead.
genius.
Go ahead. Are you gonna tell me about a dumb last name?
No, I'm just saying whatever. And then so on Facebook, I just have it just the fucking ST part because I was lazy and I didn't want to put my full name. Because back when I was a teacher and shit, now I guess that doesn't matter because I have fucking comedian full name. Yeah. But fucking Kamo, the first time she introduced me, she was like, "Welcome to the stage, Justin Street," because she thought that's what it was.
Fucking
Oh,
retarded.
Jesus Christ.
No, but it's not really her fault. It was just ST. Like she could have asked me, but
Well, I mean, you guys have been saying
even
my last
I'm
name
like-
wrong for months.
But you should like.
I've
Okay.
been saying Diaz the whole time. You never bothered to correct me. Now I know it's DS.
But ST is like too. It's like saying like you're. It's like
I'm not saying that
just
full
Justin Stuh.
Yeah, it's
like
dumb.
It's like okay, my name's not first. Like you know how first is the letter 1 with the ST
Yeah.
next to it.
It's like an ST but with no number.
It's like your name is just like. You're like yeah, right, Stephen. No
First,
number.
but just this.
Just, yeah, my name like it's ST like first, but with no number. Is just
Yeah, so Justin.
just Stuh.
Justin.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, there's not much thinking went behind it. I just didn't want to have my full name on Facebook.
But even everyone should know like
But I guess
ST
you're-
stands for Saint. Like you.
Yeah, but
how the fuck do you not?
okay,
get
but Asians
Right.
don't know that shit.
Saint,
Or
like
like-
St. Louis, like Saint. If you like, okay, have you ever looked at a map of America, idiot? It says
Yeah,
St. Louis.
No, they haven't.
Fucking,
Yeah, like, why?
you know.
Dude, St. Louis is like.
Why do they spell St. Louis? Is it? See, here's another thing we could argue at a bar about.
Yeah.
Is it spelled S-T
No, it
Louis,
is.
or is it
It's ST.
or is it S-A-I-N-T?
It's ST.
Right. Okay. No, I'm pretty sure it's S-A-I-N-T.
Pretty sure it's ST.
So we're in the '90s. It's a bar.
What it's ST.
What's do you guys off the top of your head? Can you think of any terrible last? Because here's the thing. My last name is like it's not easy.
Dude,
It sounds cool to certain people, but it means iron. Eisen means iron.
That's
rock
cool
means
in
whatever.
German, but
Yeah.
me listening to it, Raufeisen,
It
it's
sounds like
long
it's
and hard to say.
It's not
and
good.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's whack.
But
My-
it's not but there's way worse.
Oh yeah,
worse
dude.
names out
Listen,
there.
my
Way worse,
my
right?
uncle. I've already told you guys about
What's
this.
his last name?
My uncle and all my cousins' last name is Gay. G-U-A-Y. Like it's French, but it's still
Why?
Gay. No, it's not Guay. It's just Gay.
G-U-A-Y.
Yeah, but yeah.
Why?
No, it's not Guay.
It's a
gay.
word in Spanish.
Oh, okay, but it's
Why?
but they say gay. Gay and
How do you say gay in French?
gay.
So wait, how do you say like homosexual gay in
Like
French?
you'd say homosexuel or fucking.
That's so gay. He's homosexual.
Gay.
Yeah, you would just say gay, I guess. You just say
You
you
just
gay.
say gay.
I know in Canada.
How do you say
Yeah.
gay in French?
Gay?
We would just say gay.
So your last name literally. So
Yeah,
your
but it's
last
with
name
an
is
extra
gay.
letter. But you know, there's plenty
still
of
gay.
there's plenty of. Yeah, it's mad.
It's still gay.
It's
but
mad gay.
I can spell gay like homosexual gay with. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this.
No, it's just G-A-Y.
Saying what it is.
But then plenty of people like I don't know if it's an English last name because there's Tyson Gay, that sprinter. There's some wide
But that's
receiver
not
on
why-
whatever
he's a
team,
D-back, I think.
but his
he's,
name's Gay.
he's a defensive
But when you're a
For
hardcore
the
dude
Patriots.
like that, nobody's gonna make fun of you.
I never understood the name Gaylord.
Because you're gay, but you're like the lord of the gays.
But have you seen
More-
those like places called
Gaylord.
Gaylord in the US? Like hotels
Sure.
and stuff.
Have you seen Meet the Fockers, dude? And the
Yeah,
guy's
Gaylord
name
Focker.
Gaylord.
Yo, speaking of movies, I watched
Stupid.
The Godfather for the first time this weekend because my dad's like, it was the best fucking movie ever. You gotta watch
Which
it.
one did you watch?
The first one.
Oh, just the first one?
Just
Your
yeah,
dad
dude, it's
never
3 hours long.
Wait, you said your dad never watched the
No,
Godfather?
my dad's. It's like his favorite movie. He says
Oh,
it's
right.
amazing.
Yeah, how come we haven't
You've
seen
never
it yet?
watched it?
I've never watched it. I watched it for the
Wow.
first time this weekend.
Alright, so
Fucking
did you feel you
Canadians.
virgin?
Dude, it's not that good.
No, it's
Fuck
not.
off, it's amazing.
It's not. Okay, it's
Fuck.
good for
Screw
its
you.
time.
Yeah, right.
It's not good today
Oh,
for this
no.
time.
Jesus
No.
Christ.
Yo,
bro.
old shit
It
is
was
so
Scarface.
old
It was
shit. No, Scarface is dope, but it's still
No.
old. Yo, okay, compared to like Goodfellas,
Super
and I know
overrated.
you can't have Goodfellas without The
Yes.
Godfather.
Godfather's a
But-
super overrated movie of all
But
time.
Goodfellas is way better to me than The Godfather. Dude,
I
the
don't
movie, okay, they spend 45 minutes
They both
at this
suck.
wedding in the beginning, right? Okay, the acting is amazing, I'll grant that.
I
The
think
acting is amazing.
Casino is better than both of those movies put together.
Okay, I disagree, but
Have you seen
whatever.
Casino?
I have.
With Joe Pesci
Yeah.
breaking everyone's arm.
Yeah. But hang on, let me break it
Okay,
down.
but anyway, you have to see The Godfather too.
Go ahead, go
Well, I will. So I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying people say it's the greatest movie
No,
of
it's
all
not.
time.
It's not the greatest because the
But
greatest
who
is
says
Godfather
that?
too.
But whoever
Okay.
says that is an idiot, though. If you look
Right.
at people that say this shit.
Yeah, my dad.
No, but it's a really good movie that
Sure,
you
it's
should
good.
see.
It's good. It's good.
You
but,
should just
But
see it.
I have
Dude,
problems.
Avatar's
with-
better than that shit.
Yo,
But that's
fuck yeah,
okay.
yo, Triple X is better. Than
Triple X. Triple
But
X is
that's
the best
okay,
movie of
yeah.
all time, actually.
Dude, Transformers is better.
The thing is, I love movies from that era.
Yeah.
And what happens with that, because I've just started watching Once Upon a Time in America.
Okay.
It's by Sergio Leone,
Okay.
and it tells the story of like it's with Pacino.
Yeah.
It's 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's from 1984, and it's like the story of this Jewish kid from his childhood, and he's like a criminal, and then different eras of his life, and it just keeps going
Okay.
from one time to another time. It's 4 hours.
Wow.
I've done 2 1-hour sessions so far
Right.
because it's so bloody long. But there's something about the pacing is completely different.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's how they made movies back then. Because they didn't know that was boring. You
Yeah.
gotta speed shit up.
No, but
So-
you think back then
it's
people would
cool.
watch
I like
anything.
those
so-
movies
yeah,
where
yeah.
you can just kind of chill out
Okay,
and just.
so I know I sound like ignorant and I
No.
like dumb shit, but dude, okay, this movie is overrated.
Sure.
So Al Pacino's character, Michael's like girlfriend at the beginning, she's a complete idiot. Like she's such a one-dimensional, worthless character.
The chick?
Yeah, the chick, the blonde chick.
Okay, right.
And she's just like, I love you. Do you love me or whatever? And he's
Yeah,
on the
but
phone and
yes,
he's like,
but-
I can't talk right now. And
Yes,
he's
but
like,
we-
oh, just tell her you love her, you schmutz or whatever. And then he doesn't do it, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's fucking useless.
Is it in the first Godfather that Al Pacino says to his wife or girlfriend,
Yeah.
"This is an impossibility"?
I don't remember.
It's one of the
That might have
best.
been Scarface.
Yeah.
No, it's one of the Godfathers.
So there's probably
Is
the
that
second
Scarface
one.
by the pool?
Okay. So then, so he gets punched in the face. I'm jumping ahead here.
Right.
He gets punched in the face by that cop, right? And then he ends up killing those 2 dudes, and then he's got to go hide out in Sicily. All right. So years go by, but then we keep going back to Al Pacino's character, and he's still got the bruise on his face, like it just doesn't heal. But all this other time is going by, so there's a continuity issue there.
Right.
Because they
Right.
keep jumping back and forth. Now that's not that big of a deal, but come on. And then he sees the hot Italian girl, who by the way is not really that hot, because chicks like in the 70s that were considered hot are not that hot today, because they're not fit, they don't go to the gym or whatever. Girls are way hotter now
Well,
than
let's
they were
agree.
back
Come
then.
on, dude. Girls are
Well,
so hot now.
Girls are way hotter now.
Girls are so hot.
Okay?
Okay,
Dude,
that's
she
like
probably had a
disagree.
mean gross bush and
Sure.
she wasn't like fit. She was just
Right.
you know, but different beauty standards, whatever. Okay, so on site he like falls in love with her on site.
Right.
And then they go to the cafe, and then they're talking about like, oh, this beautiful girl. And then the dude is all offended because he realizes they're talking about his daughter. And then he asks he says he's gonna marry the guy's daughter on the spot. He hasn't even met this bitch, she's just kind of hot, and he's gonna marry her? What kind of a decision is that?
Italians, impulsive.
Dude.
Right.
And then she turns
it's
out
pretty normal for
and
back
then,
then.
and then she turns out to be a complete idiot.
Yeah,
She's
sure,
like, I
of
don't
course.
want to speak any English, I just want to drive the car. Whatever. And then she dies, which sucks.
Did she get shot up in the
No,
car?
no, so the car, it was meant as a car bomb meant for him.
Right,
And,
that's how
then,
that.
and then she dies. And then he just goes right back to his old bitch.
That doesn't even make
And
sense
then-
though. But that he waited all those years. You know, he's like hiding out for all these years, and then that's the revenge.
Yeah.
One-
Well, I mean, I found that more or less believable because it was one of his like guys that was his bodyguard for years that betrayed him.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. And then later on, all of a sudden.
Spoiler alert!
Well, if
Spoiler
you haven't seen The
alert!
Godfather.
If you haven't seen The
So
Godfather.
then at the end,
The Godfather didn't even do anything.
No, he doesn't.
He
He's
doesn't
just
do
going
anything.
around.
He's just some fat fuck that
Yeah.
sits there and doesn't.
You come to my house and you disrespect me. What have I done to
This is an
deserve
old
such
Italian
disrespect?
fag.
it's good. And the acting is amazing. From Marlon Brando.
I guess.
Okay. Anyway, so then it ends.
I think.
Okay, so he kills his sister's husband,
Sure.
or has him killed. And then she's like, oh, you. Okay, well, actually, I'll back up a little bit. So his sister, she gets beat up by her husband, and then whatever.
Right.
But then, so later on, she's mad at him. He's putting on his suit, and she's like, "Oh, you gonna go out and have dinner with some other whore, whatever?" And then she just starts smashing plates,
Right.
like just smashing everything.
Sure.
And it's the most cartoonish scene ever. Like, what kind of woman would react that way? It doesn't.
Were you watching?
And then he takes off his belt and he goes like, you talking? And he's just beating her with his belt.
Right.
So I mean that part is fair enough, but like, I just didn't find it believable as a scene.
I'm trying to think about the guy. I'm trying
And
to
then,
I haven't seen him in a
okay, and
long
then
time.
wait,
I'm trying to
later,
remember.
so he ends up killing that guy.
But
And then at the
why are
end,
you okay?
at the end,
Why are you telling us about the Godfather?
at the end, I'm just saying all the problems I have with it and why I
Yeah.
think it's an overrated ass movie.
Yeah,
At the
it
end,
is.
she goes like, his sister goes like, "Did you? You killed him, you bastard!" Blah blah blah. And then he's like, he's all cold now, right? He's a gangster now, Al Pacino. He's running shit. He's the Godfather now. And then his wife is like, "Did you do it? Did you kill him?" And then he goes, "Don't ever ask me about my business ever again." And then he goes, "You can ask me about my business this one time." And then she goes, "Did you kill him?" And he goes, "No." And then she's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh my God.
Why wouldn't you just say no first and then don't ask me about
Because
don't
you're-
ask me about my business?
because you're Italian.
Why are they doing it
Or
backwards?
you're dramatic.
And then it's all this cinematic ending where they close the doors and she realizes like, oh fuck, he's a changed guy now. That part is cool. And then the movie's over.
I remember that.
But what were you gonna say? Why am I doing this?
I don't remember.
No, dude. I mean, I think okay. First of all,
Overrated.
I don't remember anything other than
well, I don't remember. Well, I didn't
anything.
watch it yesterday,
Yeah, I watched it.
It's
I
like
watched it on
years ago.
Saturday.
but I
Dude, old shit in general is overrated. Like
Except-
no,
sports.
no,
Airplane.
no,
Airplane.
No, Airplane is funny as fuck.
Airplane is the
My
test of
favorite-
time.
Don't call me Shirley.
Dude,
That's the
Airplane
funniest
is
joke ever.
My
Yeah.
favorite cinematic
Surely,
era
surely
is
you
the
can't be
70s.
serious.
Ugh.
Nope.
Dude,
I can give
nothing-
you a list of top
what?
10 movies that just destroyed.
What
Yeah,
are
but
some,
I
what are some
don't.
examples?
I wouldn't like them.
3 Days of the Condor.
2 Days on the Condor. Okay, I've heard of that. Never
Yeah,
seen
Marathon Man.
it. Never heard of it.
Dude, okay,
Dude,
okay,
okay.
this is very acceptable.
Dr. Shivago.
No, dude, it's
What is it? Tell me. You're so excited about it. I want to hear that. I want to hear. I've never seen Rick so excited about.
because there's a bunch of like thrillers from the 70s, and like they're
Probably not that.
Yeah.
They're probably not that thrilling though.
No, dude, like Brain Scanners, the first Brain Scanners, the first Halloween. Like what? 70s is amazing.
Yeah, but I'd rather watch. Okay, so they paved the way for all the amazing movies that we have more recently, and those are the ones I want to watch.
No, because the thing that happened in the 70s was that there was a bunch of so you had the 50s and the 60s, and the 68 you had this revolution for like all the hippies and the freedom of expression and blah blah blah. And once they gained all those rights in freedom of expression, you had a decade of movies.
Yeah, it's like a cinematic
Where-
revolution. I get it.
Yeah, but the shit you see in those movies was so fucking outrageous. None of that you would see any of this now.
Yeah,
None
yeah.
of it. Like
Yeah.
none. If we
No,
completely censored, cancelled.
I don't-
This will not make the big screen
Really?
ever.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
No
like,
way.
Like,
Actually,
the
now they gotta
crazy-
make shit all like palatable for the
the
Chinese.
nudity and
Yeah, yeah, no,
violence.
no, there's
It's not like
so
violence,
much-
nudity, and
Yeah.
like.
There's so much like.
Okay, but TV shows nowadays.
No,
it's-
TV shows are 100 times better. But the
Yeah.
70s have amazing movies, dude. You have the best. You have the best era of Al Pacino, Dustin Hoffman,
Al Pacino plays the same person.
Dustin
in every
Hoffman,
movie.
Robert
He's not-
Redford.
he's He plays an angry. I'm like, hey,
But he's-
play an Italian guy that's not angry.
Right.
Play like a loving father
De
that,
Niro.
that doesn't have a dark side. That's
That'd
just
be
a
impossible.
normal. He works at Best Buy. Play a normal guy. Can't do it.
Although Al Pacino's speeches are some of the best moments
Sure.
in movies. Like,
No,
Like,
what
Placements
does?
or
Any Given
Any Given
Sunday.
Sunday?
No, but what does? What? So,
Gene
no,
Gene
but,
Hackman.
no, but what's cool is so the pacing was different. It was more dialogue based. It was more
Yeah.
character development.
Sure.
Now it's much more action based.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course now because of CGI and how much CGI has evolved, they can make shit look so real and so cool and so amazing.
Oh yeah, Star Wars. You like
But
Star
like
Wars?
a car chase in the 70s is underwhelming. There's just
Right.
no way around it. At the time it must have been amazing. Now you just watch it, just like
Yeah.
they're not going that fast.
See, that's what I'm
you know?
saying.
Yeah, okay,
But
right,
you still have like the Star Wars.
This-
You have like 70s are amazing.
Right. He's got a good point with like there's
Star
no
Wars,
special
sure.
effects. So like if you wanted to film a high speed chase scene, like that was a
Yeah.
cameraman on.
But watch
fucking car.
Godfather 2.
Oh, no, I
it's
will.
the best of the three.
I'll-
It's the best
yeah,
of the three.
I-
It's
I
the best
will.
of the three.
I've never seen that.
See, I'm not saying I enjoyed it, but I just think it's overrated.
I hate.
And I also think that other old shit is overrated. Like not literature, not music.
I've
Music's been
always-
good for a long ass time.
I've always thought
Movies have
Scarface
been amazing.
and Godfather
Dude,
were overrated.
Dude,
It's fucked, dude.
sports highlights from back in the
Oh my
day,
God.
mad overrated,
Okay.
right? You know, like, okay, they'll show baseball highlights, and they're like amazed at that Willie Mays catch where he's just running and he
And
just
he
like
just dives.
catches it over his head. He dives a little bit. He doesn't even dive. He runs and catches
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, but
There's
that's because
something happens every week that's 10 times better than that.
Right.
Yeah, but that's because now you're.
There's
first of all,
this deference for old shit. That's what I'm saying. Is people
Yeah, but there's been so much content since that. That everything has been so much more amazing that it doesn't seem that amazing.
Right.
I suppose, but I'm alive now.
I understand.
So with that grain of salt of it was amazing for its time doesn't impress me so much. Is what I'm saying.
I guess the difference might be that.
Nothing before 1990 is good.
No, nothing before 2000 fucking.
No.
And actually, you know what? Nothing before like 2003 is good.
Yeah.
No, but are
Dude,
you?
I saw the Big Lebowski also.
That's
this weekend.
2001. Dude, Black Hawk Down was 2001. That was.
The Matrix was like 1999.
So you were born in the 90s?
No, 88.
88. So okay, but so are you drawn to movies from the 80s or 90s?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But just because I grew up with them and shit.
I do
Now
like
watching them. Watching
yeah,
them,
I love
watching
Because
them now.
I grew up with movies from the 70s because we
Yeah.
had the reruns.
Yeah.
So that's part of my childhood.
Right.
And the other thing was that the movies from the early 70s, so before I was born, it's kind of like close to me. So it's like kind of like, how was my parents' life before I was born? There's something about how was it right before I was born. Like that world that I can't remember it.
Everyone had a big bush and was in high-speed car chases.
And it wasn't really in that good of a shape. Like they're like, this is the hot girl and she's kind of frumpy looking.
Like, have you ever seen what's that movie, The Graduate?
Dude, The Graduate is amazing.
That's a good
that-
movie.
is that with
But
Richard
no, but
Gere?
that's
Dustin Hoffman again.
But that was Dustin Hoffman, and that was like an old cougar fucking like a young kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but his girlfriend.
Is that
you
where
think
the
she was
son-
not hot?
I forgot how did it end again?
So the daughter
Right.
of the cougar,
Uh-huh.
you thought she wasn't pretty. She was frumpy looking.
Yeah,
she was
totally.
alright. No,
She was
Dude, I watched
frumpy.
Alien. I watched Alien with my dad, and he's like, "Oh my God, Sigourney Weaver's so hot." And I'm
No,
like,
I
"Dude, get the
disagree.
fuck out of here!
Yeah, no,
She's
yeah.
not hot at all."
I'll say that straight up, but she's not attractive. She's
Yeah.
never been. Like she's just, there's
never
just
been
no.
Sigourney.
Sigourney.
But still, that's also a 70s movie.
Yeah. No, and it's a good movie. I'm not saying like most of this is just for a bit. I don't actually believe in this.
No, but
Like-
there is.
Like for example,
No,
like
I'm 100%.
But the thing is, in the 70s, there was shit that was coming on screen that was groundbreaking material.
Yeah, sure, but
what the fuck
now
is
it isn't.
groundbreaking right now?
What's
What's really coming on screen that you're like, holy shit?
dude, Synchronic fucking blew my mind.
Never seen that. Parasite blew my mind.
The,
That was the
syn-
last
the,
movie that
the
blew my
story
mind.
of Synchronic is really good,
Yeah.
but in terms of production,
Yeah.
the cinematography.
Yo,
of
the
it
Lord of
is
the
kind
Rings
shit.
when it came out,
Right.
But,
That's-
is it-
that's not
but
20
why
years ago.
was it groundbreaking?
300.
because it just the
No,
cinematic
300 was groundbreaking.
No, dude.
It was anus breaking.
300 was so groundbreaking.
You know the funniest part is
Everyone
when
was-
Xerxes puts
everyone
his
was-
hands on his shoulders and goes like, "You will be my." And then he just looks like he's gonna fuck him up. Yes.
Dude, everyone is so fucking yoked in that movie.
Yo,
dude.
it's
That's
the gayest
ground-
movie.
Yeah, the movie's so groundbreaking. Dude, for the first time in movie history,
Did you see the
every
SNS
actor
kid?
was ripped. Who?
Did you see the SNL?
Dude, I've seen I've
300?
seen everything in the world about 300.
Because they're just
everything
like,
in the world.
just like the drama, like so. It's
Yeah.
like he's doing this speech, like what's the name, Leonidas or whatever. He's doing a
Leonidas.
speech to the troop on like how like we're gonna defend
Tonight,
Sparta, blah blah
we died in
blah.
hell.
And it's like, but you know, at least like nobody's gay here. It's all dudes, we're all dudes, but hey, it's okay because nobody's gay.
Yeah.
And it's like, because if anybody's gay, it's like, hey, is anybody gay here? It's like, well, I'm just saying that. No, like, I'm pretty gay. Like, I'm really gay. Like, I'm gay.
Yo,
I'm
dude,
super
it's
gay.
it's such a homoerotic movie. It's all just like slow motion, like piercing with phallic
Dude,
objects.
that movie was so sick, dude. Well, I'm not hearing nothing. That movie's sick. That movie taught me how to be a man, bro.
Dude, and I watched it like, oh my god, these dudes are jacked.
These
Like,
dudes
you're kind
are
of like, ah,
I
I
rewatched
was like, dude,
Gladiator.
these dudes are fucking bad.
Gladiator.
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 It's like, I rewatched
That movie's fucking sick.
See,
Yeah.
that's the thing. When it
That's
came
a
out, I
well-rated.
thought amazing.
Yeah.
And I rewatched it.
What?
It hasn't aged well.
No, it's still,
Dude,
no,
it's
it's
aged
still.
incredibly well.
No. What don't you like about Gladiator? I'll defend. I'll go to bat for Gladiator. What
Yeah,
doesn't
I'll
hold
back
up?
you up.
What doesn't hold up in Gladiator?
The guy with the super gay armor.
What Phoenix?
dude?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, like
Dude, Romans had gay ass armor. That's the
They
story
did.
of the
no,
actor.
but the whole story was just like he's not credible. Like he's such a fucking pussy. It's just like
Who, Russell Crowe?
No, but
The Emperor.
also Russell Crowe not as strong as I remembered him. He should have been more ripped.
Right. He
I
should
was
have
like,
been. He should be more
He should have been more ripped.
Yo,
I was
Jimon
like,
Hansu was
I just
ripped
couldn't
as fuck,
believe
though.
that he was
Oh.
winning half of the fight that he was
That Kuma
winning.
was a hunter, dude.
Yeah.
He's so sick.
Yeah, dude, he's so.
Yo, that's
That's
funny.
that
So
guy?
dope.
I don't know who that. I don't know
the name of the character. The actor's name is Jimon Hansu.
Jimon,
He's
right,
that Jack
Hansu.
Black guy.
No, he's amazing.
Yeah.
That guy
Blood
is
Diamond.
believable.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
So you're
in
saying
what world is
you're saying
this pudgy guy just destroying all these
You're
people?
saying-
Also, this drunk Irish guy is just fucking killing it.
Drunk Australian.
This drunk
killing
Australian guy.
tigers? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, boy. Yeah,
What?
Oh,
yeah, get fat Commodus.
yeah, Commodus. That's the guy.
So you didn't think Commodus was believable?
No.
Well, here's the thing.
Apparently, that movie did him so dirty. Like that guy wasn't as shitty
Well,
as a dude.
he was bad.
And I
But he
also
was
thought-
good. He was good for like 2 years, and then he became bad after 2 years.
And I also
4 years total.
his whole memory, every time he had these little fucking flashbacks about his fucking domus with his land, with the hay.
Yeah,
I
where
was
he's
just like, please kill me right now.
Yeah.
It's the first time was kind of cute. Second time you kind of get it. But
Yeah.
by the fifth time of him thinking
No,
of
man.
visualizing his family, it's
Yo,
like, okay,
it's necessary.
The only
every
only
time.
thing that doesn't make
I
sense.
think
to
that's
me-
necessary is to see his little son dangling.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yo,
Body of
and then
his
he
son.
cries.
Did you-
He
yeah.
cries.
Did you get offended because he's a little Spaniard boy? Is that why?
Yeah.
He's a little Spanish boy. When
When he's crying on his dead son, which I shouldn't find this funny because it's a very sad
You know,
scene.
the ashes
But
of his
then,
burnt son.
yeah, but like on his feet, and then he pulls back, and he's got like a string of snot. Like, I've seen this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
I've seen the movie so many
I
times.
remember that.
And then it's kind of like, I'm kind of
See,
like,
the thing I don't like about
gross.
that is how the fuck did he take a horse from Austria all the way to fucking
Spain.
to Spain in like 4 days or some
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
You know.
No, they
Full speed,
ahead.
full
And then like he's like passed out, and then like there's a tornado, and he wakes up, and then he's like, and then he rides his horse, like the house is right around the corner, and the kids are just dead, like you know.
Oh, like they're like still still smoking.
Bro, like there's still the house is like so he was like, what is he around the corner when they're getting burned?
Yeah.
You know, like that means that people that did it would literally be like
They'd be on
A whole
because you
army
see them,
just
they're still
left.
there.
Yeah, we just
like,
left.
and then how did this caravan come past him? You know, because he passed out at the house. So
Right.
this caravan that's going to Africa, how the fuck did they cross?
Yeah,
paths
how does
and
he
take-
end up
and
in-
take him
No,
to
but
Africa?
the thing I find the
You know what I
least
mean?
believable of everything is
That's a good
why
point.
would Joaquin Phoenix character
Yeah, Commodus.
go battle the guy?
Because
In
that,
what
but he
world?
did that.
In
Because
what
he-
world?
In
Because
our
they
world,
stabbed him.
dude, he did that. He did that.
He actually did.
Yeah, in real life,
history, he
Commodus
did, yeah.
was a dude. He was Marcus Aurelius' son, right? And in reality, him and Marcus Aurelius ruled together before Aurelius died and gave the throne to his son. And he was a competent emperor, and he was actually just so yoked and so good about because he was fighting wars in Germany and shit.
And so the real guy was probably a really good fighter,
was a
and he
beast.
did do that. He
Yeah.
would go into the ring,
and he would
sometimes.
go to the ring and
with like way better armor
But in
against the
re-
dude
but in
who's
re-
hungry.
But
shit
in
like
real
that.
history,
Yeah, he would- he was-
the emperor wanted to give the Commodus the
Yeah.
emperor
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
There
The
was-
whole
yeah.
story is bullshit.
There's no sister, or there is a sister.
There is a sister, but he didn't want to fuck her.
But there's no like there's no fucking. But here's the thing: Commodus became crazy with. They tried to kill Commodus twice. There were two assassination attempts. His sister, in reality, tried to kill Commodus, right? But got caught, and she got actually executed. She got sent away and executed, right? And then Commodus was assassinated by his Praetorian Guard at the end.
Damn.
And his name was Pertinax.
Dude, it's
And then-
crazy how much he knows
Yeah,
about,
dude. Pertinax was his,
especially Roman history,
He
which
was
is
a
history in
fucking.
general.
He was like the head of the Secret Service back then, Praetorian Guard.
Right.
And then he, I don't know how it happened, but he murdered Commodus after Commodus was going. Commodus started going crazy, and being like super lavish and like crazy with the money and like wealth and like super
Dude,
like cruel.
How could
shit.
you not?
Yeah, dude.
That's exactly.
Who's not
then-
lavish with money right
And
now?
Pertinax, and then after that started the year of the 5 emperors.
Can you imagine if those guys had TikTok?
No, dude, those guys
Dude,
would
they'd be
fucking-
blowing up. They'd be like those dudes who take
Different
pictures
shots.
with their private jet and their
Look
Lamborghinis.
at me.
yeah, right.
Yeah, they'd be like, yo, look
Look
at
at my
lines.
marble. Look at my columns.
Yo, look at my columns and look at my concubines.
Dan
Look at my
Bilzerian.
tigers.
Yeah.
It'd be Dan Bilzerian times 1,000.
Dude, my god. If that'd be like, dude, why would you not have like 1,000 women in your harem?
Doesn't make sense.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, they
To
could
not have them.
to not have them.
Yeah.
Well, that's dumb. Well, you would just be like ruling and making decisions and shit.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? They had like, all right, so if you were emperor back in the day, it's like,
Okay,
alright,
so how?
fuck
No,
anybody
wait,
you want,
wait,
and
wait.
then you fuck like your half sister or something. You know, you have the entire empire. You have like 1 million people to choose from. To
Yeah,
fuck
he's
any
got a
one of
weird
them.
fetish.
And then you fuck like your cousin.
He's got the.
That's like it's like kind of looks
Yo,
like
that
you.
goes like to this day.
Gross,
People
dude.
have like step sibling fetishes. Like that's where that comes
Yeah,
from.
it's true.
So like,
That's
so like,
weird.
but so do you agree that
Stepsister. Half
one of the
stepsister, yeah.
prices to get pussy is also the prices to pay is to also have to endure when you're not having pussy?
What? You want to
Say it again.
What I mean is some people might be annoying, but you're like, I'm staying with you because I also like your good side and I like to have sex with you.
Well, I don't think sex is enough to keep someone around.
Yeah, well, okay. But like, if you have 1,000 concubines, at what point there's not at least 40 of them
Sure.
that are extremely annoying?
Dude, you don't
Like
have to take anybody's shit. You're the emperor.
Yeah, but they just.
No, dude, but they have a way of just being like, hey, dude, it's
then-
like,
then
it's
you
just gonna
act-
be annoying.
Then execute.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, but if you execute
Off
all
with
of
their
them,
head,
it's
bro.
gonna be harder and harder to find.
You replace them. You
Well,
keep getting. They age out.
they're
You
probably
get
not
new ones.
It's just not that easy.
You're-
You know it's not gonna be that easy.
Dude, you have people to do this for you.
Okay, but like, you live in Thailand, right?
Uh huh.
There's a huge culture in Thailand of promiscuity.
Yeah, like the Mia noise and
So
shit.
why wouldn't you have 5 mistresses?
Because I love my current girl. And
Okay,
I'm-
okay,
and
but-
I'm not
okay,
a-
but
and
let's
I'm
say-
not
Oh,
an
because it's
emperor.
annoying.
Okay, but let's say,
And if I had to
let's
have
say
a
you didn't love her
mistress-
that much.
Yeah.
Would you have 5 mistresses?
No, because it would be a lot of work. And It would be annoying.
Exactly. See, why would you have 1,000 concubines?
Because then
Well,
you
you're
don't
not-
have to do any work.
When you have like an
They're
assistant.
just there.
Yeah, you have like a guy that.
No,
does-
dude, they're gonna make you work for it.
No, they
anyway.
don't. They
They're
don't.
gonna be like,
They're
yes.
concubines.
No, because
They're
they're gonna find a way to make him to like, I wanna be the special one. I can't believe you had sex with her and not with me.
Then,
Blah,
like
blah,
I
blah,
said,
blah,
off
don't you love me more?
Off with
But
our
to
head,
even
bro.
get, but you have
Yeah,
to
but
get.
that's but no, but
You would-
that's
you would
40
have
of them
to-
to deal with. Out of the 9, you still have 960 that didn't bother you, but the 40 that bother you that
Well, I don't
day-
really need that many.
Listen, no, only this is how it would work, right? A concubine won't become annoying until after you get her pregnant, at which you have a kid with her, and then you like the kid. Let's say she gives you a son that's like really sick, and so okay, this kid is sick. Who's your mother? This chick. All right, tell me your demands. What do you like? You want your own court, and you have your own like people around you to run your system. And it's like, okay, I'll give you a house. You have your own court. You have your administrators, whatever. You have your own little court. You collect taxes in this little area.
Right.
I guess.
You legitimize.
And then she says something. It's like, oh, all right, just go.
Yeah.
But it's
You
done.
get rid of
we're,
it.
We're done. You're done.
She can't
Go away.
text you.
We're done.
Nothing.
Go away.
Yeah, so what you're saying is out of the 1,000 concubines, everyone you get rid of costs you money.
So what?
So it's like 1,000 divorces.
I have like
Maybe.
unlimited
On
money.
rotation.
Dude,
On
they don't
rotation.
ask for 50% and they don't get it. There's no court.
it's the
I am
time-
the court.
And you have like a
mental
guy.
time,
You have like.
you have other shit to do. You have to go back to
But
rule the
you
country.
delegate. You delegate.
You're
I
not-
have to go to the Senate right now.
Rick.
I have to lead an army right now. I can't hear
I don't
about
think,
your shit.
I don't think
right
you
now.
understand what a harem of concubines is.
Yeah, you have a sleazy.
You don't need to. You just go like you, and then you bang them, and then you go, okay, get out of here. I got shit to do.
Or you go to like, you're come here, sleazy.
No, dude, I don't think it's that simple.
I
I'm
think it
sure
absolutely
maybe
is.
that simple.
You have a
It's-
sleazy Persian assistant,
No.
and you're like, hey, come here. Go give me the chicks from. Go give me chicks 3, 5, and 17.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring her over to my house tonight. All right, done. And then they come over, and it's like,
No.
that's okay, no talking. Just give me a bath.
No,
Yeah,
yes, no.
One of you
Yes.
owe me.
Dude,
And
even in
that's it.
modern
That's how it
times,
was.
like this guy was one of the biggest pieces of shit in human history. But Uday Hussein used to have he would go around murdering people during the day,
Oh, dude, he
raping
would-
and murdering during
Weddings
the
and
day.
shit?
Yeah, he would go to like this is fucked up. He would go to weddings and like take the bride and like murder her and kill her family or rape her and then kill her family, shit like that.
Yeah.
Evil dude. But every night he had this like helper that would just bring him like 10 whores. And then he would dismiss like 2 or 3 of them, and then he'd be like, okay, you 7, I'm spending the night with you. And then the next day he would just get a new rotation of them. Like he had like fixers that would just do this
Yes,
for him.
exactly. The people delegate pussy to
Right?
women.
So he,
Yeah.
okay, 10 more? Alright, you 3, get out of here.
Yeah, but then he probably didn't really have a day job.
No,
He was no responsibility.
He was
Saddam
a
Hussein's
dictator's
son.
son. He just
Yeah,
went
exactly.
around.
So he had
You
time
went
for
around
that
raping
shit.
everyone.
But if you have
Well, okay, he would wake up in the
responsibilities-
morning. He would be like, so he'd get like a list of people getting married in the area. Then
He'd
he'd
go like,
show,
yo, bro, you want to go crash?
then he would show up at their wedding. He's
That's like wedding
he's
crashers
So
extreme.
yeah, he's like the worst wedding crasher. So
Yeah.
instead of Owen Wilson, it's Uday Hussein. and instead of arguing with Vince Vaughn and getting into shenanigans,
Yeah, it's rape and murder.
He rapes and murders a bride and kills her family.
Yeah.
Instead of Bradley Cooper, it's fucking the poor people of
Iraq.
Iraq that have to deal with this shit. You can't
Yeah.
have any.
They're like, oh, bro,
vengeance.
this fucking guy
I
again.
just have to sit there and
Ooh,
take
he's the worst guest.
Yeah, dude. But
Oh no, we
Oh,
decorated.
fuck, bro.
oh no,
Uday's
Uday's here. like to me, I would be like, all right, well, we're not having a big wedding party.
wedding's off.
All right, wedding's up. We're gonna get married in private.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to get raped and murdered in front of your family. Like, okay, so we're gonna get married in secret, and then we can celebrate after all this is over. Like, we really gotta celebrate a wedding right now. Like, to me, that's like the girl's idea. To me, when that happened, like, so when the Uday Hussein showed up, to the wedding, the guy's like, I fucking called it. Like, the guy's like, I fucking told you so. I fucking told you. I told you we could just wait to have the wedding after the war.
The dude's like, I told you we could have just had a small wedding with friends and family. You had to get fancy, and this is what happens.
Right. You want to get all fancy with all your third and fourth cousins and
making all this noise and shit.
You had to have the ad in the paper. You had to tell your cousin. You had to tell your uncle. Yes.
Yeah,
man.
dude, totally.
Brutal.
Totally the wife's fault. Totally the bride's fault. 100%.
Well, not always.
Yeah, well, a lot of it was Uday Hussein's fault.
I wonder if any bridesmaids ever got jealous that the bride got murdered and raped and not her, because bridesmaids are always jealous.
Right. No matter what.
No matter what.
You know when he would
mad jealous.
What Uday Hussein
She's
would
in the
do
paper now.
is after he would behead the girl and then throw her head into the crowd.
Shut up.
And the bridesmaids would catch it and be like, oh my god, I'm next.
I'm next with the Iraqi wedding.
Oh god.
Uday, what the 90s, bro? What a time to be alive.
Wait.
You think Jeff Bezos gets a lot of pussy?
Yeah, probably. But those guys are genuinely busy.
You think he orders it on Amazon?
Delivered by drone.
Yeah. Maybe you could get him to deliver your jokes better on stage.
But for guys like,
the punchline will come faster.
More like Jeff Bezos.
For guys like that, what Rick was saying earlier about emperors and their harems, I think comes into play. Those dudes are busy and driven, and they're doing this they're working all the time.
He's fucking.
But he's like semi-retired or whatever. Like he handed over the reins to some other dude.
Right. Just because that's only a fall guy. That's all I think.
Yeah, it's probably for some tax evasion purposes.
But he's so rich.
Oh, but how old is he now?
So rich.
50 something. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
he's
really
got
know that
enough
much
money
about
that he decided that enough's enough.
Okay, maybe
Just
he could start paying his workers. That'd be crazy.
Well, no, he can't. But no, he's not going to. You know why?
Because shareholders won't let him.
Because capitalism. Because money. Because like he has a chance. He has a chance to be like the richest. Like so rich that he's untouchable forever.
But he is untouchable forever.
You know, like he's gonna be the first trillionaire, dude. You know
Well, Elon Musk surpassed him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh wait, who's richer right now? I thought
Elon
Jeff
Musk.
Bezos.
I'm pretty sure, unless it changed
Are you
over the
team
week that
Elon or team Jeff Bezos, bro?
Elon, bro.
Dude, I'm team Jeff Bezos.
Yo, Elon, like,
I
okay.
none of them.
Because he's evil. I
Well,
can
if
tell.
I had to pick one,
Jeff Bezos.
Musk
evil.
actually
I like
has these crazy ideas that would help humanity if he pulls them off. Like, I'm all for trying to colonize Mars, and it's like, dude, sending the Tesla rocket that delivered that Tesla convertible into
I just want that
orbit,
flamethrower.
That's gangster.
But it's just like
hilarious.
I just want the
Well,
flamethrower.
it's just to see that if it would
not a
work or not.
flamethrower.
But to launch a car into space.
No, but it was to deliver a payload past a certain distance. So, and it was like
I see.
the biggest launch ever or whatever. So, like, it went farther out into the solar system than any other. I don't actually know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it broke some kind of record.
So somewhere around the solar system.
Oh no, and it was like somewhere orbiting fucking Jupiter. On its way to Jupiter is a car with a dude in an astronaut suit, or a mannequin in an astronaut suit behind the wheel. Probably playing Rocket Man or some shit.
That's so fucking. What's such a mind fuck for anyone that ever finds that?
Yeah, like aliens.
Some alien that finds
It'll
that.
disintegrate eventually.
Wow. No, well, it'll be
Yeah,
in space
well,
forever. There's
yeah,
no time. There's no.
There's radiation from the sun, and it'll go through like the
No, it's too
asteroid
cold.
belt.
It'll be too cold.
No. I saw a video about it. It's gonna disintegrate eventually. It's gonna
I saw a Mojo top 5 about it.
It's gonna take like, dude, I saw a YouTube video. It's gonna take like 100 years for some of it to break down. Eventually, it'll all just break down.
So somewhere in space, there's a free car, dude.
Yeah,
Go to
dude,
fucking
sure.
space.
There's free cars all over the place. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I think Jeff Bezos is going to space too, right?
I didn't know that.
You know he's designing a city that can fit 1 billion people, right? And
So
he's
they
like-
can deliver
it's like
Amazon products in space
It's like a spaceship basically, and it's got like
for rich people.
it's got wheels. It's got like fucking.
Dude, that's literally like that Matt Damon movie.
Yes, it's like Matt
Elysium.
Damon. Dude, no, it's like the Matthew McConaughey movie.
Interstellar,
dude.
Okay.
You know how they live in that spaceship in the
Yeah.
That's what he's building that fucking thing, but it's bigger.
I hope he builds it.
It's
I
bigger.
hope he puts all his friends in it. I hope they take off and they just fuck off.
$1
I don't care what happens
1
to
billion,
them.
1
Just
billion.
go away.
What, all the rich people?
Yeah, just go.
And then we could start.
Oh fuck that! I would go. Would you go?
You wouldn't go.
Dude, they wouldn't invite you.
Yeah, wait, what world are we
Yeah, but it's a,
in?
wait, whoa, it's $1 billion.
He's got
though.
he's got a billion.
The top
people.
billion.
1 out of 7 people can go.
Yeah, dude, I like my odds.
Do you think you're in the top billion?
Of the people on Earth, yeah, dude, probably.
I can get my name in the hat of 1 billion people.
Dude, think about, like, what do you need to get into that? Is it purely IQ? No, they're gonna need comics up there.
They're gonna
There's a
need
billion people.
hockey
They're
players.
gonna need hockey players up there.
What a dumb. No, there's no hockey in space,
I'm
bro.
giving you shit, but I have nothing.
They're
I
gonna
have
need
nothing.
No, dude, they're gonna need whatever.
Administrators?
They're gonna need admin people. Yeah,
They're gonna need people.
They're gonna need
back
people-
office people to do the.
They're gonna need people to take the money at the comedy club.
Yeah, they're gonna
and do like the Excel sheets.
It's perfect.
Think about how many people are useless though.
But here's the thing, space. I would like to go to space if it's like there's no like. All right, you can't rape or murder anyone and steal shit, but like
Can't do that here
But
either.
you can do whatever else you want. You know, like
you can do whatever you want and then not let people pillage and rape.
I just
It's
wanna
gonna
be
happen. You can't. You need some. The thing
You
is,
gotta have
yo,
laws.
like if there was this like if $1 billion people went to space on Jeff Bezos, like the first thing I would do was like, all right, let's get a team and just kidnap Jeff Bezos and take over this fucking spaceship and like let's just be the
it's
king.
gonna
of
be probably
space.
some fortified area. of
I'd be
shit
king of
where-
the universe. That's what I would be. With some king of the fucking
Did you see
universe.
Snowpiercer?
Which one?
Snowpiercer.
I've seen it before. I thought it was such
The
like
movie?
to me Snowpiercer
But
is
that's
just
The
gonna
movie
be-
or the TV show? Because the movie's way
It doesn't
better.
matter. Like
Yeah,
just
movie's
Jeff
better.
Bezos is gonna be
He's
at
gonna
the
be.
tip of that train.
It's gonna be Mr.
Of
Wilford.
of that shit.
What
that's
happens at
gonna
the
go
end
into
of
space.
What happens at the end of Snowpiercer? Did they
The
overtake
movie?
the train?
They overtake the train, but what happens at the end is they see a polar bear, which suggests that life on Earth is still possible. So it's like.
But that doesn't even make sense. It's like the world's over, but the only thing that can survive is if we just stay on this train and go.
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense
any
because
sense.
it's
It
like
makes
a,
no sense.
because they need to stay in motion. It's a perpetual motion.
right, so what- so where-
you guys are annoying.
Same-
I have a friend who was the same. Every time I saw a science fiction movie where it's just like, I enjoyed this movie. It's like, dude, it doesn't make sense
No, but
logically. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, you need to destroy this movie from me right now. I
Yes.
don't give a shit that it doesn't make sense.
No,
logically.
but-
I don't
but
care. I
it's-
don't care.
What,
I
where's
was
the energy?
entertained.
Where's the net? Where's
I
the
thought the story was
Where's
entertaining.
the
But at
energy?
least
What's
give
the
me a
energy
plausible
source?
explanation. 'cause
Why
it's-
do you need it?
It's a perpetual motion machine, so it needs to keep moving.
Says the person who likes Lord of the Rings. But he needs a plausible explanation.
Because there's an explanation.
What's the explanation?
There's magic and shit. They explain it.
Magic?
Yeah, yeah.
Where have you seen magic ever work?
No,
ever?
I'm not saying.
Where have you seen
I'm not-
orcs? Okay,
dude.
Okay,
Orc.
okay. In
Explain
Bangkok,
orcs.
there's quite a few orcs, but
Dude, Chris is an orc.
I fucked to work.
you're mixed race.
No, I
orc
just-
and,
I just want
half-
their-
half orc.
Half orc, half man.
I just want there to be an explanation.
Yeah. I don't care what it
But
is.
then just keep being needy.
Yeah.
You need an explanation for every movie. You need to you don't like to be put in anything
No,
without
but I
context.
want.
That
Sure,
discovers
sure.
like,
And
I
then,
don't
and then
understand
you
what's
find
going
out
on.
later what's going on, and then there's some logic to
You
it.
know
As
what
long
I-
as long as it doesn't need to abide by the rules of the world that I live in, the
I
real
understand,
world.
but
it just has to be internally logical.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you see, but there's still a need there, like a psychological need that I need my world to make sense to insert myself in this world because
Sure.
I need a framework.
Why not?
Whereas
Don't-
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I can be in a thing where I
Then
don't
you can be
understand
entertained by
context.
dumbass movies, and then
Yes.
maybe that's why.
Yes, I'm
maybe
happy as fuck.
maybe
I'm like,
that's
yeah,
why
I
you
love
think
this
the
shit.
1970s were the best era for movies.
No, dude. No. Watch 3 Days of the Condor.
No, I'm not watching.
3 Days of the
I've
Condor.
already watched. I've hit my quota for the year of old ass movies. I watched The Godfather this weekend.
You need to watch Godfather too.
I will.
ASAP.
I will.
ASAP to like because it continues the story.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not like I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, well, yeah, you never forget anything. I would have to watch it immediately. Yeah.
Yo, it's so sick. Yo, Godfather's so badass, bro.
Yeah, he's good. Try to make him an offer he can't refuse.
No, but Godfather 2 is very
Dude, growing up in America around all those, growing up in America, like everyone dick rides Scarface and Godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
So
understood the fascination for
And
Scarface.
it's
Scarface
like,
has that
everyone
dumbass
loves-
80s monster.
Scarface
everyone-
is a little bit overrated.
Yeah.
Everyone loves mafia shit so much in America, and it's
I
like,
don't know
why
why.
these guys are fucking fat, out of shape.
You know what I was
And
wondering?
they're just mean. They're just
Yeah.
mean, violent people.
Right.
Like, why are you?
They're
They're
pieces of
just
shit.
terrible
Like,
people.
yeah,
Why are
they
you-
lie to each. There's no
Right.
internal like morals to
Yeah,
anything they're
everyone's
doing.
just grimy.
Like they act like there's a code, but then they'll be like, oh, he'll like apologize and he'll be like, okay, you're fine, and then they'll fucking strangle him 2 seconds
And
later.
they're all like, and if like you can't talk about their moms.
You can't disrespect.
Have you seen-
Oh, you know what else is?
They're so tough, but yet they love their moms and they're so sensitive.
Yeah.
And they'd have to like stop and visit their
Right.
mom's house. It's
Right.
like, okay, you should all, and like, dude, if I was a mafia dude, I would be waiting outside your mom's house and I'd just gun you down.
Right.
Immediately, because I know your weakness.
Right.
Right. Like that's your
Dude,
mom.
so the thing is, I murdered your friend, but if you make fun of my mom,
Right.
dude, that's so not cool.
Yeah. Right. Like that's yeah.
Like it's less uncool than murdering a guy.
Yeah. Like hey.
So
fucking-
quick question. So realistically, like
I
you
don't know.
growing up on the outskirts of Chicago.
Sure.
That's how I understand.
Sure,
it. It's
sure.
been. Like, how close do you think you were potentially to like your life turning out to be a contingent show?
Like it's complete game.
Like how close were you? Because we have this stereotype
Sure.
idea of like what it should be like, but then actually there's a lot of like middle class people just like it seems like it's close, but actually you're just gonna have a little middle class life and nothing's ever gonna happen.
You know, when you're in the middle class, lower middle class, when you're in my situation, you have just mad choices basically. You got choices, and you can literally go. You can study hard. It was great because it was all up to me. And like, all right, if you study hard, you can get the fuck out of here. Do go to college, go to debt, get in college, whatever. Or you know, go in the military. Or you could fucking try to play sports and get out. Or you could fucking, you know.
They have that shit here
Or
too,
you could,
making it seem like.
or you could hang out with the guys that you know are on crazy shit and try to get into that shit. Because it's everything is there. The good, the bad, everything is available. My experience was I was in a nice block, but here's the thing though, I wasn't from a rich family, but my grandparents bought the house in the 50s when it was like fucking $20 or something.
Right.
And
And then the neighborhood grew around it, right? And then I just lucked out that I was in a good neighborhood, basically. And I grew up with the people around me, like they were from good families and stuff like that. But I was the only person in my family. I was the only person that didn't have like I don't have one parent. You know, I had two grandparents. Everyone else over their mom and dad had like a nuclear family.
So you were the only one that
Right.
was like a weird family situation.
I had the weird
You didn't have any
situation with all my
friends who were
for sure.
divorced?
Yeah, I had a couple friends that had divorced parents, but only like 2 or 3, right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of my other friends, their parents stayed together. They're still fucking together, which blows my mind actually.
Same for me.
And they're like, you know, they're from big families where both parents are working, making money. I'm from a family where I have one parent making money, and then two grandparents that make no money. And then
Your dad just lived with his parents.
yeah, but he didn't spend any money because he saved up to buy a house, and then he bought a house, right? And then I went there, and I if I went back, that's where I would stay now. But I've never really lived there except for 1 week where he moved. He went to New Zealand.
Did you have mad
when
house
I
parties?
was in high school, he went to New Zealand, and a volcano erupted or some shit. A volcano in Greenland or Iceland erupted, and it sent all this volcanic ash into the
Oh,
air.
I feel like I remember.
And
hearing
I
about
was gone, and he was gone for like an
Yeah.
extra like 3 weeks.
This is like 7 years ago.
Yeah, he was gone for like an extra 10 weeks or a couple weeks, and I had a party at my house every fucking day.
With just a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, well, with dudes and chicks.
Mostly dudes.
I almost got laid once. That was amazing.
So what happened? What do you mean almost?
Don't encourage him.
Right, that's how you get into the
Well, I
stories.
was in bed with a chick, and I just.
Well, how did you end up in bed? Like, how did you know this chick?
We drank. She lived nearby.
She lived nearby. Was your neighbor?
And that was cool because
Were you
when
going to school with
I was
them?
at my dad's house, it was like a new neighborhood of different chicks that I was.
That didn't know you were a complete loser.
And it was closer to the other school too.
What was her name?
And I'm not gonna say her name. I think she's got a boyfriend now.
Okay.
But
I think so. You're stalking her.
pretty sure.
And so you're okay. So you're in bed.
Anyway, she was a friend of my friend's girlfriend.
Okay.
So my friend came over with his girl, and then this girl came over with her friend, and we already kind of had a little thing going on.
Yeah.
And I remember being in bed with her and just being a big pussy, not doing anything. And
Were you just lying down like this?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're, but you didn't know what you were
and
doing.
then
so you're like,
there was like another girl I pussied out with. Oh, there was like so many girls I pussied out with.
Yeah.
That whole house is just a house. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just a disappointing.
Yeah.
What a disappointing waste of time for my dad to be.
yeah. That volcano erupted for nothing.
so-
Yeah,
so
right,
what-
exactly.
Okay, should we wrap this up?
I don't know. Do we have enough funny stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of funny shit. There's Uday Hussein.
Shit, dude.
There's
We have like 10 minutes probably. We have like 10 minutes of footage.
Dude,
But it doesn't have all to be hilarious. You need 1 hour for the episode, or even 45 minutes.
A lot of the shit at the beginning can probably be cut.
You need about 45 minutes.
You guys want to listen to it or watch it? And
No,
fucking
fuck no.
I don't know.
go through it at all?
Absolutely not.
No, I don't want to watch. No.
So Raw Comedy happening at 8 o'clock this every Wednesday. Fucking so.
Nice one, bro.
So Raw Comedy every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, guys. We're at Live Lounge on Sukhumvit 13 in the great city of Bangkok. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Raw Comedy Podcast. Signing off, this is Chris.
Yeah, I'm Justin.
I'm Rick.
All right, cool. Fucking hail Satan, you guys. Have a nice,
For
have
sure.
a nice night.
For sure, dude. It'll say.
Peace out.
Alright, let's kill the cameras.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support. This has been the Raw Comedy Podcast.